Hey guys, it's Greg Jones for Engine Builder. We are here at the 2023 Ultimate Callout Challenge. Today I'm joined by Paul Vasko, and behind us is his diesel dragster with an LML Duramax diesel engine, and it's our Diesel of the Week.
Engine Builder's Diesel of the Week is sponsored by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics.
Paul, thanks so much for giving us a little time here.
Thank you for your time.
It's been an eventful Saturday already.
Yes.
And specifically for you, you went out and just ran a great pass in the 430s.
Yep, 437, 168.
So congrats on
thank
that.
you.
I know that's a goal you guys were trying to achieve this weekend.
Yep.
And it's thanks to this dragster and the Duramax that you got in it. And we'd love to know a little bit more about it.
Awesome.
Before we get to the details though, tell us a little history about you and getting into the diesel stuff and racing.
Well, so I started back when I was in high school drag racing. Right?
Okay.
High school challenge, my dad and I went out there, I ran so slow, but I was hooked. And now, well, that's like 27 years ago.
Yeah.
But I got into the diesels actually about 20 years ago, just with street trucks like what they're doing now with the 6.7, 770s, things like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, the EPA just kind of cracking down on different people. I wanted to build something that none of the people who helped me could get in trouble.
Yeah.
So this is a competition, purpose-built vehicle.
Race only.
No VIN. So guess what? We can post whatever we want on social media. Nobody gets in trouble and we have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Also, the other thing is my wife asked me to do it as safely as possible. We have 2 young kids at home and she's like, dragster, safest way to go.
Yeah.
It's light, you can go fast, you don't spend quite as much money. So that's how the dragster was born.
Very cool.
I actually had a 71 Chevelle that had a Duramax in it.
Oh, nice.
And I found an older chassis for sale. We put that engine and trans in there. Last year we came out here, had a blast. It's just, it was a 20-year-old chassis.
Yeah.
And we quickly eclipsed the capabilities of that chassis. So this is how this was born.
Awesome.
So we went to, like you said, a solid motor.
Yeah.
So that way, no water, no coolant to worry about.
Okay.
It's simple,
Yeah.
less connections. And I mean, so far the car's been doing great.
That's awesome.
This is our first weekend out with it. So we're very happy.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. Like you said, you got the solid block, LML base.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about what you got inside it, and who helped you put it together.
Yep. So it's a stock block that's filled. We have Wagler's ductile iron heads on here. We have a Wagler intake. We have one of his camshafts in here, and pretty much his whole entire rotating assembly.
Okay.
The engine was put together by a gentleman named Matt Hatfield.
Okay.
Hands down, I'm biased. I think he's one of the best in the industry. And I mean, so far this has performed flawlessly.
Yeah.
I'll give a quick shout out to S&S. We have their fuel injection components in here.
Okay.
We're running their 500 over injectors. We have their twin reverse rotation 12 millimeter CP3s on the front.
Okay.
And they actually are the ones that wired it and helped me with the Motec. So like they've done a great job integrating everything together.
Yeah.
And I mean, knock on wood, it has been doing great.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, they make it easy on you, right?
They do. They do.
Awesome.
There's a lot of smart people involved with it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So.
Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to gravitate towards the turbo setup here. This thing looks awesome, and it's a good size turbo.
It is.
Give us some specs about that.
Definitely. So this came from my man Johnny Gilbert at Stainless Diesel.
Okay.
It is one of his GTX 55s. It's 102 millimeter, and he spec'd out the turbine wheel, the housing, and everything. And right now on the trans brake, it goes from 0 PSI of boost to 26 in about 4 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And we're still dialing things in, but the turbo has done phenomenally.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
Yep.
And obviously, you're not just getting boost from the turbo, you're also
Correct.
running some nitrous, got some nitrous outlet behind you there.
Yes, sir, we do.
Yeah.
So got 2 bottles here. We have 2 375 solenoids right there on the nitrous cannon from Tony Durhammer. And right now we're only using one of those.
Okay.
We're just kind of getting the rings set, make sure the engine's doing good, because like I said, this is our first weekend out. Yesterday was my first 8th mile pass.
Yeah.
So we're just easing in, making sure everything's doing what it's supposed to, and it's
Excellent.
happy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, and glad to see you're already having that early success.
Yeah.
So, Paul, talk to us, in a run like you just had today, how much horsepower do you think this Duramax is putting out?
So right now we have it set around 16 to 1700 at the flywheel.
Okay.
One thing that's holding us back is we don't have a wheelie bar yet, so we have to drive out of the hole a lot slower than the rest, and that's probably hurting me by about 0.2 on the big end. So, but the 330 numbers at the mid-track and the 660, we're happy where that's looking right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and if 16 to 1700 is holding back a little bit, what's kind of that peak for you?
So, haven't really found the peak yet. We know it should do 2200 without missing a beat.
Okay.
25 to 26, we'll see. But luckily I have Mark Broviak with MTKB, and he is amazing with the Duramax stuff.
Yeah.
Also Andre from SNS, he's tuning on it. And Ryan with Hardway, he's helping us with the tunes, the lockup, the shift strategy.
Awesome.
So like one thing with this, it's always a team.
Yeah.
You bring some of the best minds together and it's amazing what'll happen. So.
Absolutely. And speaking of stuff like that,
Yeah.
I understand, again, it's early this season for you and you're just getting this thing dialed in. Where do you want to take it ultimately? What's kind of the next step, the next year or two?
No, great question. So short term, get a wheelie bar on it. Try and get like a 105, one flat 60 foot. That'll show up on the big end for us.
Yeah.
Longer term, get aluminum heads on here or even an aluminum block. Because right now it weighs 2450 with me in it, which by diesel standards is pretty good.
Right.
But I do want to do NHRA stuff and PDRA stuff, and I'd really like to shed about 200 to 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Car will be happier, converter will be happy, everything back here will be a whole lot happier then.
Yeah.
So.
And then it's the goal to get into the threes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long-term goal is, especially after I lose about 200 pounds, if we can run 380s like clockwork and go down most surfaces, that's ultimately the goal.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do some quarter mile stuff, but we gotta see how it likes the 8 first, So.
Excellent. Excellent. Paul, anything else about the Duramax or the Dragster that you want to mention or that we might have left out?
No, I mean, the nice part is it looks like it's complicated, but it's a very basic build. Stock block. These are heads that Wagler has available at any point in time. That's a street intake.
Yep.
So the neat part is there's not a lot of custom one-off pieces, which is the neat part about the diesel side.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, nothing else I can really think of other than I'll give Precision Chassis a shout out in Pennsylvania. When I called them about a crazy project like this, they're one of the few people that didn't laugh at me and hang up the phone. They're like, yeah, we can do this. This sounds awesome.
Nice.
And I mean, they built an amazing chassis.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, Paul, gorgeous Dragster.
Thank you.
Awesome Duramax diesel engine here. And
Thank you.
Again, congrats on the pass today.
Thank you.
Wish you good luck going through the rest of the season here.
I appreciate it.
And appreciate the time today.
Of course.
Guys, we appreciate all you watching there at home. It's been another Diesel of the Week. Make sure you're keeping tabs on Paul's Dragster activities later this year. And as always, make sure you're checking out Engine Builder Mag for more engine and diesel content. We'll see you guys next time.